Hi guys, what's up? It's Joel Pitt here, back with another video, and in this video it'll be for Celebrity Big Brother 2024 Series 1 Episode 12. I'll leave a link down below to Episode 11, which was the third live eviction of this series. Of course there's going to be spoilers, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So I was watching Big Brother live, on actual TV with adverts. It was actually sponsored by William Hill this time instead of Vintage, which was when it was rebooted in October. ZZ, Marisha and Bradley were in the hot tub, and then I think ZZ mentioned she did karaoke one time with Beyonce and Jay-Z. ZZ and Louis, well, basically they were doing the ranking from evil to good, and ZZ and Louis were both in the top two, and Fern and Colson were in the bottom two. So ZZ and Louis were, reigning supreme. They were taking charge of the others, and then the other people that weren't voted the top evil had to dress up in costume. So I think David was a granny, Bradley was a frog, Colson was Rapunzel, I think, Fern was Cinderella, Marisha was some sort of prince, and then Nikita was a bunny. And then basically they would be, the servants, they would be on gruel and bread, but then Colson was eating an apple literally after it said, and then he went into the diary room, Big Brother found it, and he went, oh god, no. They had to be cleaning everywhere, and then they were doing the dishes, and then Colson, I think there was poo in the gloves or something, it was like, ew, Then for the next challenge, the ZZ and Louis had to choose the three most brainless subjects. So they chose David, Bradley and Nikita. ZZ was saying, help me. She didn't like being with Louis. So they had to answer questions correctly and then finish a meal. Basically, the questions were how many times has Bradley been nominated? How many times Marisha nominated David? How many times Nikita nominated Fern? Of course, they don't know the exact numbers because, the blind ones. That's why it's brainless. And then there was some disgusting stuff. It was I'm a Celebrity, the eating trials there. The diary room was transformed as well. It had branches. Fern had a sneaky bit of chocolate, which she shouldn't have. Then it was the next three most heartless subjects. So they chose Fern, Colson and David. ZZ and Louis were arguing. Then they had to give reasons. Then they had to fill a jar with tears. It was too high how they had to fill it. But they had sad music, they had onions, all sorts of things to help them. Then for the next one, the courage, someone had to put themselves up for a killer nomination. There was David, Bradley, Colson, I think Fern maybe put herself up then, but then Nikita decided to put himself up. So they failed the first task with the brainless one, and then they failed the second task with the filling up the tears, and then they broke the rules in regards to eating stuff, but they passed the courage thing, but they failed overall, so they're on an economy budget. In the late and live, we had Vivian, Sunita, Jordan North, and Remy Bergs. They showed Louis and ZZ bickering. They asked the audience, who they thought the most heartless was. Then the housemates woke up with Sailor V because it was an exclusive of St. Patrick's Day. Fern was giving Louis a massage and he was doing a lot of moaning. And then they said there was nominations again, I think. And then Fern found out that she had to choose someone, this was an exclusive, had to choose someone secretly to evict and give them the snake. But however, there's a twist that we know but they don't know. That person that you give them the snake to will get full immunity and go straight to the final. Then there was a nomination poll, and it was basically, whose vote did you want to see? They wanted to see Louis'. Basically, Louis voted for Bradley because he just said he's happy all the time. How can someone be that happy? I'm just if he wants to be happy, he wants to be happy. That's just who he is. You can't change that. Then Colson, we saw his vote for Marisha. Basically, she was silent during the courage thing. And then when someone said, oh, I'm going to put myself forward, and then she was like, are you sure about that, They showed Nikita's and Fern's past nominations as well as Bradley and Louis. So we don't know some of them who they're going to vote for because some of them that they've nominated for have already left. Scott, Bradley's boyfriend, was in the audience, and then they asked, who should be up for eviction. But anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.